Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Les Brown's Motivational Monday Night Call, your place for motivation and inspiration by world-renowned speaker, author, coach, Mr. Les Brown, and featuring some of his platinum speakers. My name is Dr. Stacey N.C. Grant, and I have the privilege and the pleasure of being your host for tonight's call. We want to thank each and every one of you for always being a part of this family. For our new listeners, welcome. Thank you for being here. We invite you once again to check out lesbrowninstitute.com for ways and information that you can learn how to share your voice and your story with Mr. Brown, as well as lesbrown.com for upcoming events and programs, and on Facebook at brown.les, brown.les, to interact with Mr. Brown and get a word of inspiration daily. So tonight we're excited because we're already at the beginning of the second month in 2017, and we get to share it with you. This is also Mr. Brown's birthday month, so quite a bit to be grateful for and celebrate. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited because I get to introduce the man himself to you, who has a few moments on a very packed schedule to stop by and share a little word with each and every one of you. So let's go ahead and check the microphone. Mr. Brown, are you live?
Yes, I am. How are you?
I am great and grateful to hear your voice. It's been a whirlwind January, and we are in February. Can you believe it?
Yes. Did you see that game?
Oh, my goodness. I thought somebody went in at halftime and did the heebie-jeebies on the Falcons so that they threw that game. I couldn't believe it. I was in shock, Les.
You know, one of the things, the speech, I think the Patriots memorized that.
I think you're right.
Atlanta got overconfident, and they lost their focus, and they disengaged to an extent that they, in the last two quarters, they didn't do and did not show up the way they did in the first half. And I'll tell you, that was something else. And they had it right there. They had it right there. And it was for them to lose. And they did. They did. They didn't have to.
I couldn't believe it.
That I don't do. Like, for instance, they could have waited. They didn't have to give the ball to the quarterback as quickly as the center. They could have just had a strategy to run the clock out. There's just so many different things that they just didn't do. That's behind us. Well, I want to talk about the Super Bowl of the life of the people that's on this phone. Do you hear me well? Stacey?
Absolutely. I just put myself on mute so that I can listen to you because I can't wait to get your insight. And, what you shared, there's so much. I think that's a whole nother teaching lesson on this Super Bowl 51.
Yes, but I said, can you hear me well?
You were breaking up a little bit. You were breaking up a little bit, but we can still hear you. So I'm going to turn it over and mute my phone so you can get started.
Thank you so much. I want to thank everybody for being on the call tonight. I don't know if you saw the game. A lot of people saw it. But that game was, to me, it's a reflection of life. There's a quote that I love, that life is a fight for territory. And once you stop fighting for what you want, what you don't want will automatically take over. I want to talk to you about your dream, about living a better life, and about disengaging, losing your focus, and what it takes to win in life. I called to talk to my granddaughter, Deshawn. And my son Calvin, who is recovering from a stroke, has a tumor in his stomach. That's how he's fed. But his spirits are very strong. I asked that you pray for Calvin that he would have a speedy recovery. The stroke paralyzed the muscles in his throat. He can't swallow his own saliva, so therefore he's fed through his stomach. He's 50 years young. I don't care how old your kids get. They're always your children. So I ask your prayers for my son. I called him and I said, let me talk to my granddaughter. And he said, oh, Dad, she's gone to a funeral. I said, yes, oh, my God. She's too young to be going to funerals. And a friend of hers who just could not or did not resist the call of the streets, he was found shot with 2 bullets in his head, probably 3, 2 in his chest and 3 in his stomach. They're funeralizing him. And my son said, Dad, his mother did everything she could to save his life. She moved out of the hood, took his car, and he caught the bus back to the hood. And it was like he just had to put himself in position to be killed. I remember this jockey that I trained, that I worked with in Columbus, Ohio. And I remember when he first became involved in drugs. And I said, listen to me. I don't smoke and I don't do drugs. There's a reason for that. If there's anything that can take you out, listen to me, Kirk. It's drugs or alcohol or negative people. Listen to me. Mike Reeves, listen. He's the Reverend Mike Reeves now, Pastor Mike Reeves in Columbus, Ohio, Corinthian Baptist Church. Kirk didn't. It seemed like drugs are calling him. His mother did everything she could. A single mother doing everything she could to keep him off the streets and out of drugs. And I trained him in radio, and he had a voice, he was gifted. And his mother ended up having a nervous breakdown, died in a mental institution. And he went on for several other years using drugs, and finally he died a premature death. The reason I'm saying this is that all of us have heard these kinds of stories. People who just the louder you call them, they say, come back, the faster they run in the opposite direction. Give themselves over to alcohol or to drugs or to negative, toxic, self-destructive people. If this is going to be your best year ever, 2017, the year of my dream. I want you to write that down. Year of your dream. Maybe you can't accomplish your dream in 1 year, but there's some things that you can do that can move you in the direction of the accomplishment of your dream. And one of the first things that you have to do is stay focused. That's what happened to Atlanta. They, wherever focus goes, energy flows, and they lost their focus. Look at the body language when they got ahead in the first half. Nobody's ever come back from being down that low. But guess what? There's a first time for everything. And when you look at yourself and look at your goals and dreams, I want to ask you a question. Who is it that you need to look at and say, you know what? There's no place for them in my life this year. I can't deal with this. There's some things I can't deal with. I have a son. I just say, I can't deal with this. I'm fighting for my life every day dealing with cancer. You think I'm going to allow you to stress me out with some kind of drama? You're dealing with bipolar and all you have to do is take your medication. You think that you choosing consciously not to do the things to help yourself and I'm going to run myself crazy? No. It's hard. Is that easy? No. Did I cry? Yes. Yes, I motivate people around the world who, when they heard my voice, they stopped doing drugs. When they heard my voice, they were changed, transformed. And here is somebody I brought into this world. Looks like me, like I spit him out. Couldn't deny him if I wanted to. You can't hear my voice. And I got a choice. Choose ye this day whom ye shall serve. Got to make a choice. And my choice is to live drama-free, stress-free, because it will take you out. Being here is not a given. It will take you out. You've got to make a conscious, deliberate choice. I want to live. You got to make a conscious, deliberate choice. I'm not going to carry toxic, negative, energy-draining, worthless people into this year with me. No. I'm not going to waste any time trying to change somebody. If I had my life to live over again, you know what I would do? I would do what Jesus said. He said, whosoever will, let him come. In other words, work with the willing. I would let my brother be in whatever way that he desires to be. My twin brother, 5 minutes difference. But our choices are different. Our vision of ourselves is different. He's a good man, good husband, good father. And he is settled. And that's none of my business. Who am I to tell him what he should do with his life? Like I'm wearing some crown. He who is without sin casts the first stone, and sin in Aramaic language means falling short of the mark. I've fallen short in many areas of my life. I'm 72 years young, and I'm still working on myself. So there will always be tragic things that will happen. In the news, they call it collateral damage when civilians are killed. Collateral damage, people who were killed in acts of war who weren't supposed to be in the line of fire. And there will be collateral damage. Some of you have family members and friends that you tried to help them and you just couldn't do it. They couldn't hear it from you. There's a book I read years ago called The Kabbalion. There's a line in there I never forgot. I read it one time. I don't remember anything else, but this one I remember. The lips of the wise are sealed to the ears of the ignorant. Wow. Come on now. The lips of the wise are sealed to the ears of the ignorant. In order for you to make 2017 the year of your dream, you got to stay focused, because where focus goes, energy flows. You got to focus on your dream. You got to focus on you. These are some uncertain times. A lot of people are distracted about what's going on in the White House. Focus on what's going on in your house. I want to ask you a question and write this down. The what if question. What if you're like my sister Sharon and got laid off? How long can you survive on the money that you've saved? Just read one study that the average American have less than $500 in savings. Wow. What if you lost your job? 1/3 of the people who are now working, 1/3 of the people who are now listening to me will be unemployed in less than 10 years, like my sister Sharon. And boy, she blessed to have me as her brother, because I got her back. Who's got your back? Now, let me share this with you. Got to have a strategy. It's better to have a strategy and not need one than to need it and not have one. Things are going to happen that you can't anticipate. When I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, I'm a 21-year conqueror. My health insurance, over 12 years, $5,000 a month. You do the math. Had I not worked to increase my value, and that's the next thing I'm going to ask you to do. Let go and be dragged. Let go of the toxic, negative people that's bringing drama and stress in your life. Ask yourself the question, what if? What if I got sick? Who's got my back? Who will be there for me? Write this down. Don't make somebody a priority who's made you an option. Don't make somebody a priority who's made you an option. The older you get, you need to know who's going to wipe your behind. Come on now. Keep it real. Yes. You need to know that. Let me tell you something. When I had 2 protruding discs pressing on the side of me, and I could not pick myself up off the floor, you have no idea how humiliating that is. But fortunately, I had somebody to help me. Fortunately, I never envisioned something like that happening to me. Sonic pain is something, there are no words for it. There are no words. And I had my children who came to my rescue, and friends, close friends, who took turns looking after me. I was like a child. I I've always been strong and been there for everybody else. I've always been the rescuer. Now it was me. It was me. I never, I'm 72. I never thought one day I'd wake up and be 72. It seems so far away years ago. Where did the time go? I don't know. I don't know. That's another question. What's your strategy for being here? I'm taking yoga. I'm taking Tai Chi. I got a Taebo video that I'm watch on my phone when I hang up to keep my body moving so I don't lose my mind, so that I'm physically strong, because people love you, but you know what? Sometimes you get tired. I'm not making this up. That's just so me. Daddy, you have no idea how you stress yourself. And my health was on the upswing. And when I heard them talking and what they were saying, you got on our last nerve. Oh my God. I didn't bring this on myself. You think I went out of the, can somebody give me some silent pain? I'm sorry. I wasn't myself. I'm sorry. I was hurting. I'm sorry. I said things I didn't mean. I'm sorry. I was hurting. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And they just looked. And I know when I wasn't present, and when they came in the room to look after me and they left, I know they were saying to themselves, you meant to make me lose my mind up in here. You meant to make me act a fool. And sometimes they would call me, talk to each other, one would say, I would eavesdrop. They didn't know I was listening to the conversation. But also, getting on my last day, I go, yes, I'm listening. I pay the bills up in here. And I just made up my mind. I'm taking yoga. I'm taking Tai Chi. I get acupuncture. I've changed my eating habits. I'm going to lose this stomach where I'm looking 3 months pregnant. I'm going to get rid of high blood pressure. I'm going to get rid of diabetes. I'm going to reverse the heart disease. I got death trying to treat me out in all kinds of ways. But one lady said, she heard me speaking. She said, you know that Les Brown is strong. Everything has come out to him, and he's still here. You got that right. You got to fight. Cholesterol, heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer. I mean, all the big five. I'm still here. I'm not just sitting back and let it happen. I'm fighting every day. You got to fight. You got to fight. You got to have a strategy. What's your plan for being? I got a plan to be here in my right mind and physically able to lift my body up, to wipe my arm behind. I got some backup. Not just my children. I got some friends who look after me, who said, hey, you changed my life. If anything I can do for you, please let me know. And I call them on it. I keep names. I got friends who are younger. Yeah, you don't know that. Younger people who can keep you young. And Mama, at that time, I think she was around 81. And this man was around 84, 85. His wife had died many years ago. And so I was outside cutting the grass, and I'd finished, and I was working on the lawnmower. And the man came over, and they sat down and looked at television together. And my mother loved Bob Barker, and the man left. And I heard Mama say to Miss Catherine, she called her, she said, you know that Leslie, not some old man over here. I think he's about 85 or 86. I'm 81. What the hell I want with somebody that old? He got one foot on the banana peel and the other one on the graveyard. If you want to bring me somebody, he had a friend over here the other day. I think he's about 51. That's my style. I said, oh my God, I believe. Maybe I want to somebody 51 or 52. She She said, "Oh, men, give you words, Captain. You know that." I said, "Oh, my God." I said, "Mama, I hear you. I hear you when you said that." She said, "That's what you get for being nosy. That's what you get." Oh, my God. She didn't want the old man. She said, "Oh, men, give you worms." I'm sorry. But this is a part of our healing session. Laughing a lot. If you're dealing with cancer or any kind of disease, laughing empowers the immune system. 1 minute of anger weakens your immune system for 4 to 5 hours. That's why I don't want you dealing with stress. I don't want you dealing with drama. You'll leave here. 1 minute of anger weakens your immune system for 4 to 5 hours. I do research on it. I'm not here by accident. I'm fighting. I know what I'm doing. Now listen to this. 1 minute of laughter boosts your immune system for over 24 hours. Hello? Did you hear me? After this call right here, you're going to get sick for 20 years. I knew I should have got my message before I got on the call. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Okay.
We gonna put you on timeout, Mr. Brown.
Huh?
I said we're laughing so hard. I said we're gonna put you on timeout. Yes, I said we're gonna put you on timeout. You letting us laugh too hard, Mr. Brown.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good. Listen, part 2 will be tomorrow. Listen, I want you to do something for me, please. Send me a copy of this call tonight. But the thing,
I absolutely will, because I'm gonna listen to it.
Okay, but I want to live. I got one last thing I want to leave with them tonight. All right. So put me back on hold. So this past week I was at the Rock Church in Charlotte, North Carolina. Boy, did we have an incredible time. Sharita, a young lady that I've been working with, spoke, and she was powerful. My daughter, Ona, she took over. People say, "Your daughter good as you?" I said, "I can see." They were powerful. But I want to thank the Rock Church, the pastor, Frank Jacobs, and his wife, who's my spiritual daughter, Kimberly, for just allowing us to have our event there. I'm leaving today, go to Phoenix. I'm going to be speaking at Barbara King's church at Hillside. I'm going to the Unity Church in Detroit, Michigan, the day after my birthday. I'm so excited about that. I think I'll be there on the 19th. So that's going to be exciting, or the 18th, whatever that Sunday is. So I want you to spread the word. But I want to leave this with you. Live your life from a place of power and gratitude. Power and gratitude. I don't know what you're going through now, but here's what I know. You're more powerful than you give yourself credit for being. Greater is he that is in you than he that's in the world. You're more than a conqueror. Live yourself. Live your life and your best self from a place of power and gratitude every day when I get up. Even when I'm in pain, I thank you, Lord. I thank you for another day of life. I thank you for allowing me to live my purpose, to build a legacy for my children and my grandchildren and my great-grandsons. I thank you for allowing me to be a servant, to be a voice of hope and inspiration to people. I thank you. I thank you. You know, that's, to me, the reason I'm so passionate about you living your dream and finding your purpose. I believe that we're all here for a reason. And Mike Williams, who didn't give up on me, and in my moments of insanity, there are moments of our lives sometimes that we are insane, and he loved me through that until I got serious and got hungry. And I say to you, live your life from a place of power and gratitude. You're listening to me because you and I are cut from the same cloth. We're branches of the same tree. You know in your heart of hearts what I've done, you can do. I want to make a difference in people's lives. And people who feel the way that I do, that's who listen to me. People who want to make a difference in people's lives, and people who want to be in charge of their own future, and people who have a story and have a desire to speak. That's what I do. Those are the people I attract. I attract millionaires and millionaires in training. And so I hope that you got some value out of tonight's call. And if you want to, I'm looking to work with 7 people close up, because 7 is my lucky number. This is a year that I will defeat cancer, because 3 times 7 is 21, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. This is the year. I've been saying it every year, but this is it. Trust me on that one. But I'm looking for 7 people who want to go into the business of telling their story and making a difference, going into the business of learning how to tell their story and make a difference in people's lives and earn serious money. I want those of you who, and we got it at all levels, people, the high end of people that I work with, the 7 people I work with on a personal level, that's high end. The other group, those of you, if you listen, go to the Les Brown Institute online, and I'm doing an interview, and we describe everything that we're doing. And this is a business that anybody who wants to make a difference and control their own financial future and generate their own personal economy, I encourage you to look at that. And I say to you, my email is lesbrown77@gmail.com. Les, I want to be one of the 7. I'm ready to invest in myself. I know it's going to cost me, but I want to get skin in the game. I'm ready to invest in myself, and I want to travel with you and Stacy and your daughter and put me on stages and help me learn how to tell my story and travel around the world and help me develop my products and personally endorse me and let me open for you. I tell you, this young sister, Sarita, she spoke at such a powerful place. I looked at her and said, I school to you. I school to you. But she did it from down deep. She was powerful. I love that. I could have got here faster. The people who were before me didn't see me as competition. There's enough for everybody. It's $164 billion in the personal development business. Wow. Nationally and internationally. Well, I'm going to pause now, and I'm going to take a time out, as Stacy said, and I'd like to hear from some of you, but email me if you're ready to go to that next level. lesbrown77@gmail.com. Just want 7 people. That's all I want. Stacy, did you enjoy tonight?
Yes. Boy, did I enjoy it. I'm going to listen to the call about 3-4 more times, and I'm so excited about the 7 people who are ready, because we're going to have a ball, changing lives and making some money. How about it?
Yeah, and listen, I want you to join me. There's some events I'm doing in Florida. I'm doing about 3 or 4 events in Florida. Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Tampa, Jacksonville. I want you on stage with me. I want people listening to come see you. And I also am speaking at Barbara King's church. I'm doing a Sunday service, and I'm also going to do a Wednesday. And I want you to be with me on that Wednesday. And I'm going to have 2 other speakers with us, and we're going to have an incredible experience there in Atlanta. And then the other place I want you to join me is I'm speaking at the Unity Church in Detroit, that's in the heart of Detroit. And then I'm going to do something on a Wednesday, and I want you to join me there. But my goal is to expose some serious fired-up speakers, and you're one of them. And I got some new stuff I'm bringing out here, and I know you're going to come ready, but I will be eating hot pepper on a fork until I see you.
I know that's right, and I just want to publicly say again, Mr. Brown, thank you for encouraging us to live with power and gratitude. I've watched your example. I've learned from you. Working with you has been one of the greatest blessings in my life. I just want to celebrate you. This is your birthday month. We're going to celebrate every day of the month because we are doing a marvelous work. And I just thank you for allowing me the opportunity to be of service with my voice and my story the way that you have trained and encouraged me to. So thank you, Mr. Brown. I love you more than words can say.
Thank you. And guess who came and showed out? Anita Hicks. She came in and she brought it from down deep. Yes, she did. She put me on notice. I'm watching you, old man. I'm watching you. You will hear my footsteps. Don't play like you don't hear my footsteps. I'm coming for you. Yes, she did. She made me so proud. Anita Hicks was phenomenal. I love her so much. Yeah, she was strong. She was
Oh, that is
strong.
awesome. I can't wait to see her. I know that's right.
Yeah.
She brought it from down deep.
Yeah. But this year,
so this
I'm
what
not
we're
taking
do.
no prisoners. Yeah, I'm not taking no prisoners, and I'm eating the wounded. So you better come ready, my sister. Come ready. I'm telling you now before everybody.
It's on. Talon. It's on, Mr. Brown.
Yes. All right.
Well, I'm going to open up the line. Do you have a moment to open
yes,
up the line?
I want some people to tell me how much they enjoyed tonight. Make me feel good tonight.
All right. No, that's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to open up the call. You'll be able to press *6 to unmute your line for any questions or comments you have for Mr. Brown. So please stand by.
All callers are unmuted. All callers are muted and may unmute themselves by pressing *6.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you can press *6 if you have a comment or a question for Mr. Brown.
Hey, Dr. Grant, I'll go first. This is Andre in Salt Lake City.
Hey, Andre.
I just emailed you a few days ago, Stacy, and it's so good to hear your voice, Dr. Grant. And you too, Mr. Brown. I'm about to turn 40 tomorrow. And
wow, 40 years young.
Yes, and you know, I was freaking out about it a lot at first, but a lot of things just kind of have occurred to me. And it's funny because you said something in there about having a plan, and it's something similar to what my grandpa used to always say: it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Yeah.
And yeah, and you know, it's just a blessing that you guys would take the time out every week to talk to all of us, and I want you to know I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all. That's all I wanted to say was thank you.
All right. That's so kind of you, sir. Thank you. Who else is there?
Thank you, Andre, and I'll look for your email. Thank you so much for being a faithful supporter of the Les Brown Motivational Monday Night Call, and happy birthday to you in advance, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Grant. Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Can I say something? Ray, we heard one more new caller, Ray, and then you can say something. All right, sweetheart? Okay. Okay, go. There was another caller that was going through, so this is your chance.
Hey, listen, I want you to do some research with the company that we're using, so you can select people and won't hear all the noise. Or let's get another service so we can do this in a more orderly way. Would you please take that on for me, Stacy?
Okay, will do. We definitely will.
All right.
So, Ray, go ahead with your comment before we get to the next person.
Excuse me, I'm calling. Hey, Les, I'm praying for you and your son. I met you. My daughter and I went to hear you speak at Unity Church, probably 20 years ago.
Yes, Jack Boland's church, the Church of Today, yes.
And I couldn't make it when you came to Dallas, but when you come to Dallas, let me know.
Well, we'll be coming back there soon, so we most certainly will let you know. Just make sure you stay on the calls. You will hear where I'm going to be. We're going to be coming on to a lot of places, and I won't be with Get Motivated. I'm not doing it with them anymore. I have my own company called You've Got to Be Hungry, and so I got my own tours. I'm not doing those anymore. Those are sell fest. I want people to have some experience and not be sold to death, and come out and hear some powerful, gifted speakers that will change their lives. So I'm doing my own tour, and so I'm excited about that, and we'll let you know. All you have to do is just be on the call on Monday, and Stacy will inform you.
Well, Dr. Stacy has my phone number.
Oh, good. Okay.
That's right, Ray. We'll make sure you get it, okay, my love?
Yes,
Thank you so much. Okay, we have one more caller. You are welcome, Ray. We love you and appreciate your support. And I heard another caller waiting before we wrap up and give Mr. Brown a chance to just relax. He poured into us tonight, so you got to go and review your notes. So who was waiting with a comment or a question for Mr. Brown?
Sheila Moore.
Go ahead, Miss Sheila. Go right ahead, darling.
Okay, how you doing, Mr. Brown? This is Shira. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. I just moved out here to San Diego, and I am hungry. And I would do whatever it takes to be up on stage with you. I'm willing and I'm ready. I'm a single parent. I have a son. I just got a divorce, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. If it takes my blood to do it, I'm doing it.
Okay, email me at lesbrown77@gmail.com. What is your name again?
Shira L. Moore.
I'm going to look for your email, and now I just need
All right.
more. Okay, thank you so much, okay? Hey, listen,
thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Stacey, thank you so much, and I'm leaving to go speak in Phoenix. I've got a sales...
All callers are muted.
I'm speaking to a sales organization and some marketing traders, and so I'm excited about the lives that we're going to transform this year. But this is your year. I'm committing my name, my reputation, and everything I've done to help you, Anita, and all the people that have been with us to go to that next level. I feel that the role that I must play now, you learn, you earn, you pass it on. And T.D. Jakes is right. There's no success without successors. And so this is your year. That anything, Stacey, that I can do for you, for Anita, or any of the others that's a part of the Platinum Program, don't fail to call on me. I'm taking care of myself, and when I come on stage, I will bring it. I feel that when I speak, I really feel that I'm pleasing God. I know I get such joy out of this. And to see Ona this past weekend, my God, she was powerful. Her movement, I told her how she, speaking comes in layers, how you tell your story, your mind, the organization, the delivery, your voice, the strategy you use, your body movements, all of those things. And I've seen you do it. I'm seeing people who will go into a future that I will not visit, but my presence will be with you in spirit. And so I'm excited to see this now. And thank you so much for your help and support. And this has been Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy saying to you all, you have something special. You got a story, and you got greatness in you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you. Say that to me tonight, Stacey.
I will send it to you, and I love you, Mr. Brown. Thank you for who you are, for what you represent on this planet. And you have a great night. This is our year. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in.
Hey, can you post this on the Facebook?
I sure can. I will go ahead and do that, too. So we will get this up for you tonight, and we will post it. Love you. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. And we look forward to seeing you and hearing your voices as we travel the world, changing lives. Bye-bye, everyone.